Two words that strike fear into the heart of most men. The friend zone. You like her, you want her, but to her, you're just another good friend. And the worst part, she knows how you feel, yet she keeps you around, soaking up your attention, all while chasing after guys who don't treat her half as well as you do. It's frustrating, it's disheartening, and unfortunately, it's something many men face. When a man gets friend-zoned, he usually takes one of two paths. Either he sticks around, hoping that one day she'll see him differently, or he walks away, bitter and rejected, nursing his wounded pride. But here's the truth, both are mistakes. Because the friend zone isn't some permanent sentence you have to live with, it's an opportunity, it's a test. And if you know how to play it right, you can flip the entire dynamic, transforming how she sees you and turning the tide in your favor. So, if you found yourself stuck in the friend zone, stop doing the usual things that most men do. Don't beg, don't chase, and definitely do not sit around waiting for her to wake up and realize you're the one she's been overlooking. Instead, take control of the situation by making a few crucial changes in your approach. Because once you do, she won't just see you as a friend anymore. She'll crave your presence, and the game will shift entirely in your favor. Let's break it down and explore how you can get out of the friend zone and make her see you in a whole new light. Before we break down further, the clock's ticking. 3 days until this course is shut down for good. Only 12 spots left. Do you really think you have time to wait? Every second you hesitate, someone else is making moves, taking what could have been yours. That girl you're eyeing? She's not sticking around for you to get your act together. While you sit there, doing nothing, someone else is out there showing her what she needs. You've got two options. Stay stuck where you are, or unlock the secrets that will change everything for you. Number 1. Stop being her emotional crutch. The friend zone is built on a fundamental truth. She doesn't feel the type of attraction toward you that she needs to see you as anything more than a friend. This doesn't mean you're not good enough or lacking in some key way. It simply means you've positioned yourself as safe, predictable, and easy. One of the biggest reasons for this is that you've unintentionally become her emotional support system. Think about it. When she's upset, stressed, or just needs someone to vent to, who does she turn to? You. And the moment you pick up the phone to listen to her complain about the latest drama with another guy, offering endless reassurance and support, you're reinforcing one dangerous idea in her mind. He's always going to be there for me, no matter what. Now, on the surface, that might sound like a positive thing. Isn't that what a woman wants? A man who listens, who's caring, and who's always there for her in times of need. Absolutely. But here's the problem. Attraction isn't built on comfort alone. Attraction thrives on excitement, uncertainty, and desire. And right now, there's no uncertainty with you. She knows she can rely on you, regardless of how she treats you or whether she's giving you what you want. The result? What you're experiencing isn't attraction. It's dependency. Dependency is what makes her turn to you when she's sad, but it's the guy who excites her, the guy who makes her feel something unpredictable that she chases when she's happy. So, how do you change this? The solution is simple. Step back. Stop being the emotional sponge she turns to whenever she needs someone to lean on. Stop being the guy she calls to unload about her day or the latest drama with another man. Don't let her drain you emotionally while offering nothing in return. The next time she comes to you with her problems, change the script. Keep the conversation brief and redirect the focus. You might say something like, "Man, you've really got to stop letting guys treat you like this. Anyway, I can't talk long, I've got to run." No more hour-long therapy sessions where she feels understood but not attracted. At first, she may not even notice the shift, but over time, she will. Because suddenly, you're no longer the safe, predictable guy who's always there to absorb her emotional baggage. You've become something different, a mystery. You're no longer her emotional backup plan. You're someone she now has to work for. And when a woman feels like she has to earn your attention and affection, that's when the real change happens. She will begin to crave it more than ever. So, stop being her emotional crutch. Become a man who has his own emotional boundaries, someone who doesn't exist solely to be there for her when it's convenient for her. When you do this, you'll flip the dynamic, and you'll become someone she's more likely to chase. not just as a friend, but as something much more. Number 2, create emotional distance and spark jealousy. If there's one powerful emotion that can make a woman reconsider everything she thought about you, it's jealousy. Not in a manipulative, toxic way, but in a way that makes her think, wait, why am I no longer the center of his world? The unfortunate truth about most guys stuck in the friend zone is that they give all of their emotional energy to just one woman. They become too available, too eager, and too invested in her. And because of this, she never has to worry about losing you. She knows that no matter what, you'll always be there. And that sense of certainty breeds complacency. There's no urgency, no sense of desire. Without that uncertainty, she just doesn't feel the need to make a move. But the moment she starts feeling your absence, the moment she realizes you're not always available for her, that's when things start to shift. So, how do you trigger this? Create emotional distance. Stop being her emotional safety net. Don't drop everything to pick up her calls or rush to answer her texts immediately. When she asks to hang out, don't always be free. If she's used to you saying yes to everything, start saying no. By doing this, you're subtly showing her that your life doesn't revolve around her. You have your own interests, your own priorities, your own world. But here's where it gets interesting. Let her see you giving your attention to other women. Nothing makes a woman question her feelings faster than witnessing another woman enjoying your company. This doesn't mean you have to be deceitful or fake it. Don't turn it into some juvenile game of high school drama. Instead, it's about expanding your social circle. Start interacting with other women, talking to them, and here's the key, make sure she sees it. Post a photo on social media of you out with friends where there just happens to be an attractive woman next to you. Casually mention in conversation that you had an interesting talk with someone new. Let her catch wind of the shift in your attention. Here's what happens next. As soon as she notices, her mind starts working overtime. She'll ask herself questions like, wait, is he into someone else? Why isn't he texting me like he used to? Did I miss something? Why is he suddenly so different? These thoughts will creep into her mind, and once they do, they won't go away. At first, she might play it cool, act indifferent, like she doesn't care, but deep down, she'll be thinking about you more than ever. That's the point where the shift in attraction begins. It's important to remember, jealousy isn't about playing games or trying to manipulate her into desiring you. It's about subtly shifting the balance of attention. When she starts feeling a sense of loss, even if it's just emotional distance, that's when the desire starts to grow. And once the spark of curiosity is lit, it's only a matter of time before she begins seeing you in a new light. Number 3, shift the power dynamic. If there's one thing that keeps you stuck in the friend zone, it's the constant pursuit of her validation. Most men who find themselves there fall into the same trap. They're always seeking her approval, whether they realize it or not. It's in everything they do, how they agree with everything she says, how they laugh a little too hard at her jokes, how they try to prove their worth with every word and action. It all screams one thing: I hope you like me. This behavior kills attraction instantly because attraction is never built on the need to prove your worth. It's built on a dynamic where she feels like she has to earn you, not the other way around. Think about the men women actually chase. Do those men beg for her attention? Do they wait around for her approval? Do they constantly walk on eggshells, afraid of saying the wrong thing? Absolutely not. Those men own the room. They don't chase, they don't seek validation. They create a space where women have to step up to meet them, and that's exactly what you need to start doing. Stop over-complimenting and over-agreeing. One of the biggest mistakes men make when trying to escape the friend zone is overloading her with validation. They heap compliments on her like she's a goddess, saying things like, "You're so amazing. I can't believe no guy has scooped you up yet. You deserve the best. Any guy would be lucky to have you. Wow, you look stunning today." Now, don't get me wrong. Compliments aren't inherently bad. In fact, a well-timed compliment can work wonders. But when you overdo it, you quickly become just another guy in a sea of guys who's throwing validation her way, hoping she'll notice. And that's the issue. She's used to that. Complimenting her too often makes you predictable and places you in the same category as the guys who don't interest her. Men who don't chase, however, are different. They know their attention is valuable. They don't give it away for free. Instead of showering her with endless praise, flip the script and make her earn your compliments. For example, instead of always telling her how beautiful she is, try something like, "That's a cute dress. Reminds me of something my little sister would wear." Now, all of a sudden, she's chasing the compliment instead of you being predictable. She's thinking to herself, "Wait, does he actually think I'm attractive? Did he just not give me the validation I'm used to getting from everyone else?" And when she starts questioning herself, that's when desire sparks. The moment she starts wondering about you is the moment she begins to want you. Challenge her, don't worship her. Another crucial part of shifting the power dynamic is to stop treating her like she's some unattainable goddess. Too many guys in the friend zone fall into the trap of agreeing with everything she says. If she hates a certain type of food, they hate it too. If she thinks a movie is dumb, suddenly they think it's dumb too. Why? Because they're afraid that disagreeing with her will push her away. They believe that by aligning with her on everything, they'll win her affection. Wrong. A woman doesn't want a clone of herself. She wants a man with his own opinions, his own boundaries, and his own sense of self. So the next time she shares an opinion, don't just nod and agree. Challenge her a little. Playfully push back. For example, "You really think pineapple doesn't belong on pizza? That's tragic. I thought you had better taste." Now, instead of you being just another guy who's eager to please, you become someone who makes her think. You're someone who doesn't just feed her validation, you make her reconsider her stance on things. This is what creates attraction. It's the confidence you exude, the standards you set, and the fact that she's not in control of the conversation. She's not used to a man challenging her. She's used to getting what she wants, when she wants it. And when that power dynamic shifts, she'll begin to chase you instead. By no longer seeking validation from her and learning to challenge her, you shift the power in your favor. You become the guy who isn't afraid to be himself and isn't afraid to make her earn your attention. And that's when things begin to change. Because when she's chasing your attention, she's no longer just a friend. She's a woman who wants more. Number 4, master the art of indifference. If you want to flip the script and get out of the friend zone, one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal is mastering the art of indifference. It's about making her feel your absence. Nothing triggers self-reflection and doubt in a woman faster than a man who suddenly stops caring, or at least stops showing it. When you stop chasing, stop giving her all your time, energy, and attention, she's forced to confront a terrifying thought. Did I lose him? And when that thought creeps into her mind, everything changes. That's when the emotional shift happens. The most common mistake that men in the friend zone make is the exact opposite. They're always too available. They're answering texts the moment they come in, picking up calls immediately, always showing up when she needs them. They're constantly reassuring her, always ready to listen, and they make it painfully clear that they care. The issue with this is simple. When you're always available, she never has to miss you. And if she doesn't miss you, she doesn't long for you. Now, imagine the opposite. Picture yourself going silent for a while. Stop reaching out. Stop sending those texts just to check in. Let your phone remain silent for a while. Stop showing up at her beck and call. Don't immediately respond to her messages or phone calls. This sudden change in behavior will trigger a wave of doubt in her mind. She'll start wondering, why hasn't he texted me? Is he mad at me? Has he met someone else? And once those thoughts start running through her mind, she can't turn them off. She'll start overthinking everything, and before you know it, you'll be occupying her thoughts in a way you never did before. It's simple psychology. When you pull back, she feels the emotional space, and that's when desire starts to build. Let's talk about a simple but crucial truth. Women don't chase men who are always around. They chase men who feel like a prize. If you're always available, always in her DMs, always responding immediately, always ready to be there, you're not a prize. You're a safety net. You're the backup plan she can rely on when no one else is around. And no one chases a backup plan. But when you pull back, when your presence is no longer constant, that's when the value you bring to the table skyrockets. Think about it like this. Which feels more valuable to you? A glass of water in the middle of a rainstorm or a glass of water in the middle of a desert? That's what you become when you create scarcity. You become the glass of water in the desert. You become the guy she starts craving, the guy she starts wondering about, the guy she starts questioning. Why hasn't he reached out? Why doesn't he want to talk to me like he used to? Instead of making sure she's always aware of how much you care, you need to create some emotional distance. Take a step back. Let her feel your absence, because once she starts feeling that, she'll begin to crave your presence in ways she never did before. This doesn't mean you should ignore her or play games, but rather you need to prioritize your own life. Be present for yourself first, and let her realize that your attention isn't guaranteed. When she understands that your time and energy aren't just freely given, you stop being just a friend and start becoming someone she has to work to keep around. And when a woman has to work for something, that's when desire and attraction begin to grow. By mastering the art of indifference, you stop chasing her and start making her chase you. And that's when everything changes. Because when she's pursuing your attention, she won't just see you as a friend anymore. She'll see you as someone worth her time and energy, someone she doesn't want to lose. Number 5, get comfortable walking away. One of the biggest mistakes men make when they're stuck in the friend zone is staying out of fear. Fear of losing her. Fear that if they pull away, she'll forget about them, or worse, stop caring. They think, if I stop always being there for her, she might stop valuing me. But here's the hard truth. Neediness is one of the most unattractive traits you can project. When a woman knows you'll always be there, regardless of how she treats you, there's no urgency, no challenge, no reason for her to wonder if you'll still be around. This dynamic kills attraction because she begins to see you as predictable and safe. Someone who'll never demand more, never expect anything different. When she doesn't respect you, attraction dies. And the most effective way to shift that dynamic? Be willing to walk away. Not as a manipulation tactic or a game, but because you respect yourself enough to not accept a one-sided relationship. Most men stick around because they think that staying will eventually lead to her seeing them differently, but it won't. The reality is, you need to show her that your time, attention, and emotional energy are valuable. By constantly giving without receiving anything in return, you're training her to take you for granted. Here's the real move. You have to be willing to walk away. When you step back and stop making yourself so readily available, you're showing her that you respect yourself enough to not settle. You can have a conversation like this. Hey, I really value our friendship, but I'm looking for something more. I don't think it's fair to either of us if I continue pretending I'm okay with just being friends when I'm not. This isn't about playing hard to get. It's about setting a boundary and demonstrating that you deserve more than the one-sided dynamic. When you stop texting first, stop being her emotional backup plan and start focusing on yourself, your goals, your passions, your life. Something powerful happens. You become a man who values himself enough to walk away from a relationship that isn't fulfilling. And this shift in energy is magnetic. Here's the catch. If she truly values you, she won't just let you walk away without trying to stop you. She'll realize the stakes have changed. She'll feel the loss, and suddenly you won't just be the nice guy she keeps around, you'll be the man she doesn't want to lose. No woman likes losing a man who's worth having, and when she sees that you're willing to walk away, you'll go from being the friend she could always count on to the man she can't afford to lose. The power of walking away isn't just in the action itself, but in the message it sends. I'm a man with standards, and I won't settle for less than I deserve. And when she realizes that you've got the strength to walk away, you'll see the tables turn. She'll come running after you, not because you're playing hard to get, but because you've shown her your worth. Number 6, let her see you upgrade. Here's a tough truth that might sting. The reason you were friend-zoned is that, deep down, she didn't see you as the best option. It's harsh, but instead of letting that crush your spirit, let it motivate you. Instead of wasting your energy trying to convince her to like you, start becoming a man she simply can't ignore. The path forward is about transformation. Hit the gym, get in shape, and take pride in your physical health. Upgrade your wardrobe so you look as sharp as you feel. Expand your social circle. Surround yourself with new people and experiences. Find a passion or a hobby that gives your life purpose and direction. And above all else, start dating other women, not just to make her jealous, but because you need to remind yourself that you're a high-value man with options. The key here is not to sit around hoping for her to change her mind, but to show her that you're a man who doesn't need her to validate you. The moment she sees you thriving without her, looking better, feeling better, and being wanted by other women, that's when the dynamic starts to shift. She starts seeing you in a different light. You're no longer the safe guy who's always there. You're the guy who's living a full, exciting life that doesn't revolve around her. This is when the realization hits. Wait, I might have missed something here. And when she starts thinking that, her curiosity about you grows. She starts to question whether she made a mistake by not seeing your potential sooner, and that's when the game changes. The friend zone isn't about luck or fate, it's about perception. Women don't put men in the friend zone because they're inherently not good enough. It's usually because they don't feel that intense, undeniable attraction yet. But once you shift your energy, the moment you start becoming less available, more mysterious, and most importantly, more valuable, everything changes. Now, it's her turn to work for your attention. And when a woman feels like she has to work for your time and affection, that's when things heat up. She won't just want to be your friend anymore. She'll want something much more than that. She'll want you. If you found this insight valuable, make sure to subscribe to The Girl's Mind for more wisdom on mastering your life and attraction. Until next time, stay strong, stay centered, and always remember, the key to attraction isn't in chasing, it's in being. But for those of you who are serious about stepping up and taking control, I've created a one-on-one chat with me. Choose your package and let's solve any problem you're facing, whether it's crushing your goals or handling that conversation with a girl.